JT Realmuto apparently is headed back to the Phillies for $110 million, possibly signing today. I would think it says a close deal. I've seen a few things today that says he's possibly heading home, heading back. What do you think of this, Murph?
Yeah, it's a big move for the Phillies. They really need that offensive production. If they lose him, they definitely lose the division horribly. I maybe even come last. I think they desperately need him. He's a bolster to this offense. I mean, without him, this offense is not good, not good at all. They still need moves. They're still making moves. But the Braves could potentially slide in and take over and be like, hey, yeah, we'll take him from here. But I do hear that the deal is supposed to be shorter if he goes to the Braves, which is probably something that's not going to fly with JT. He probably wants a long-term deal. So I think the Phillies do have the edge. You know, he wants to stay in Philly. He's made that pretty clear. So if the money's close, he's going to stay in Philly.
In my opinion, he is the best catcher in baseball. But what he originally wanted, I think he wanted upwards of $200 million, right? And then thanks to James McCann signing with the Mets, what was it, 4 years, 40?
Yep.
So he lowered everyone's market.
Just crushed the market.
And now, if I was JT, I'd be extremely angry. But now he's stuck with the Phillies. Again, the best catcher in baseball. Again, possibly not getting what he deserves. But he also was asking for a lot from teams.
Yeah, he was asking for record type of money from a catcher. So I think it was like north of like 25. I think was what he was asking for. So that's pretty ridiculous. He's definitely I would assume he's not going to get that. I think it'd be hard for the Phillies to pay him 5 years or 6 years and give him that 25 a year. So we'll see though. You never know. You know, he could somehow get a suitor out of nowhere that goes, you know what, we'll pay it. Bam. Braves go, we'll do it. Bam. 4 years, 25, something like that. So you never know. But hopefully he goes back to the Phillies. I think he should be back on the Phillies. They need him badly.
Because I do know that the Braves do have Travis d'Arnaud, and then he had a really good year last year for the Braves. If they add JT and there's the universal DH, he could probably slide right in there, Travis d'Arnaud, if they don't re-sign Ozuna. Which the Ozuna talk has been absolutely quiet as of late. I haven't seen anything on him. So who knows? I think Realmuto would fit great in Atlanta, but he'd also do great in Philly too. But he would just make the Braves a more dominant pitching staff, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other news, we have apparently Trevor Bauer is settling down and talking about possibly signing with the Mets. I've also heard rumors that he's been offered a 4-year, $162 million contract by the Angels. That was on the table apparently yesterday. He's asking for record-breaking money after one really good season. You think that he's in the right state of mind to do this? Should he be able to do this? I mean, he said
should he be able to do it? Yes, he should be able to do it.
I have to ask the question, Murph.
No, it's good. No, I'm just saying, like, he should be able to do it. Obviously, you know, he won the Cy Young. He can do whatever he wants. But, like, is he going to get that money? No, I wouldn't give him that money, personally. Like, I don't even feel comfortable paying him north of 25, if I'm being honest. Because if you look at his track record, he's really only had 3 solid seasons. That he's even pitched under a 4, mind you. Every other season, he's pitched over 4 ERA. He's only had 3, which he didn't. And obviously, 19, I think, was a solid year for him. That's when he first got traded to the Reds. And then 20, obviously, winning the Cy Young. So those were his first 2 kind of consecutive seasons where he's had pretty good success. And I'm not sure if I feel comfortable giving him that record-breaking number. But if you're the Angels, you probably just got to go for broke on this one because your rotation is abysmal. And trying to attract, you know, high-end pitching stars, it's going to be tough. So, yeah, I'd probably go out and get Bauer and make him the ace of my staff and hopefully try to build around that. Because you still got Mike Trout, you still got Rendon, you still got a bunch of young infielders who you can work with. You just need some pitching, badly. So, for the Angels, it makes sense to go give them that type of money and just outbid everyone. For the Mets, that doesn't make a ton of sense to me if you're going to pay him a lot of money because, you know, you don't need him realistically. You got a pretty solid rotation as is: DeGrom, Syndergaard, Stroman, Joey now from the Padres.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a solid rotation. I don't see the need to go out and get a Trevor Bauer. Obviously, you do it. Your rotation is infinitely better, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me for them to go paying all that money.
But if he were to sign with the Mets, I feel like they're gonna dish out a lot of cash for him. But it's also like you said, you don't really need this arm. But if he goes to LA, I think he'll do very good out there for the Angels. He's also with his friends out there with Clevenger, so he'll be around his friends. He's going to be in his comfort zone. He's going to be right by drive line up in Seattle if he needs to go up there for anything. I think he's living in Arizona now, so he's going to be in his area. It's not. I think he's going to be fairly comfortable in LA.
Yeah, I mean, he used to
money
go to UCLA too, so that helps.
And he went to UCLA. Yeah, that's right. But I think the Angels are going to pull the trigger on this, if not offer him even more money, because they did the same thing with an old Pujols, you know?
Yep.
So, and they're still paying him, you know?
It makes sense. I mean, they desperately need pitching. You know, I've heard like the other team, possibly the Dodgers. If the Dodgers get in the mix, that'd be really scary. You know, if his market dips low enough, I don't think it will. I'm pretty sure they're not real suitors. I'm pretty sure they're just like, hey, if he's getting offered like 20 mil, maybe they jump in the mix because they feel like that's enough for them to feel comfortable and go get a solid arm. But honestly, I don't see them as real suitors. I imagine they're going to kind of stay out of this one. Another one, the Blue Jays. Also, don't believe in the Blue Jays hype. I think, apparently the Blue Jays are just in on anybody and everybody. This free agency that comes second so many times. That also doesn't make a ton of sense to me. But I mean, it does because they need it, but that's just a lot of money to go invest into one guy.
And they have a young core. They have a young core that they're going to eventually need to sign. So it also depends on how many years they have and how many years they can pay him for. So it's like you're eventually going to need to sign like your studs, Blue Jays. That if you get this guy, you also don't know, like you don't have a solid bullpen. You can have a good pitching staff when you don't have a solid bullpen. You have a Yates who's coming off of a surgery. You could get Bauer and he could have a 4 ERA. So you don't know what's going to happen, in my opinion. But Bauer is going to go get his money. I really do think he'll sit out if he doesn't get his money. He'll sit out at least spring training. He'll do like a Dallas Keuchel.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Him being a hard hitter like that and being like, no, I'm going to get paid what I want to get paid, right?
Yeah.
I think the Angels are probably the perfect fit, though, because they have such a terrible rotation and Bauer could get away with pitching every fourth day.
Yeah, and they'll literally bend to his will. So because they need that. They were in on Garrett. They said they were in on Garrett Cole. They didn't get him. Probably other guys too. I don't know, but it's just the Angels are always in on everyone because they need guys, and they have literally their farm team pitching for them on every day for the Angels. Sorry, Angels, but you signed Rendon, you signed Trout. Now it's time to go get them at least a playoff appearance, please, because I don't want to. Mike Trout in the playoffs needs to happen more.
Yeah,
he's been in the playoffs once, right?
Once, and he didn't win.
Yeah, so I would like to see him more in the playoffs. Go freaking do that, please, because he's the best player in baseball, in my opinion. Yes, I made that statement.
It's not a bold statement.
It's not a bold statement. Woo! I didn't make a bold statement because
Mike Trout is the best player in baseball.
Yep. Do you think going back, do you think Rendon was worth his money?
Well, he's only been there for one season so far, right? I don't even remember what he did. Did he do well? I don't remember it, if I'm being completely honest. Did not follow the Angels closely, believe it or not. They were still the Angels. I think, he's worth the money. I mean, they always need offense. Teams always need offense. He's one of the better third basemen in the league. Why not? Just go out and get him. Make sure lock down another core position on your team. Make sure you get another core offensive position. They need a shortstop now. It'd be interesting to see what they do with that.
That's right. Maybe they go after Didi.
They got Simeon. They got Simmons to resign if they want. They got options. They got 3 solid shortstops on the market they could go get. I think Didi would be cool. They went out and got Didi. Gives them another lefty bat.
That would make Simeon a pretty nice lineup, though.
Yeah, they give him a pretty solid lineup. But at the end of the day, they need rotation help. So Bauer makes a ton of sense, and I don't see why they wouldn't go after him with everything they got.
Well, hopefully these two sign by the end of the week. That would be very interesting to see. And probably wrap up. I don't speak English. Probably wrap up the free agents and just leave a few small market guys like Justin Turner, has apparently 4 teams in on him still to sign. The Indians just signed their Gold Glover second baseman Cesar Hernandez to a $5 million deal, but he's Cesar Hernandez, nothing special. That's my fun fact of the day.
And Mike Trout's the best player in baseball.
And Mike Trout's the best player in baseball. You guys need to learn it, get to know it, deal with it. If that makes you uncomfortable to think about, he is.
Dude, you're like a damn Snapple. Look at you.
What?
You're a damn Snapple fact.
Oh, I have all the Snapple facts. And also, did you know that Giancarlo Stanton's going to work out his contract for the Yankees, so that the Yankees have more money to spend on players? I had a dream yesterday. I'm like, yo.
No, bro, he's not doing it.
Sorry. One can hope, though, right?
Listen, if I would rework a $27 million deal, no chance in hell he is, all right? No chance. And I know you wouldn't. And I know you want to.
Yes, I would. I want a ring on my finger.
You would not. If you were making $27 million a year, 29 this year, you would just tell everyone to piss right off. You'd be like, get out of my face. We're not doing this.
Fun fact, this is how you piss off Murph, by bringing up Giancarlo Stanton's stupid-ass contract. Thank you. I'm really a Snapple top today, I'm coming all out with the stops, But if the Phillies add JT Realmuto, where do you see the division being?
At best, they're third.
At best, third. If the Braves add JT, are they?
They're first and beyond. I think they're like. I think right now, on paper, I'll give the Mets a slight edge, of like a game or two. If they sign JT, if the Braves sign JT, I give them like a good 8 or 9 games ahead.
You'll have Realmuto with that young pitching staff, and that'd be really nice to see. I really do think that'll affect the playoff picture, especially if goes back to what normal playoffs are going to be, because it better go back to normal playoffs. I hate seeing these losing teams getting in the playoffs. I mean, the Marlins were fun to watch in the playoffs.
Yeah, but they surprised everyone.
I really
60 games.
What?
At the end of the day, it was 60 games, so it's tough to say who the true ones are. Look, the NL, they sent 7 teams to the playoffs, something like that, 6, 7 teams. Not a single one of them made it out of the first round. All of them were terrible. Just saying, bro. There are some mediocre teams that make it through. You can't say good teams are making it through. All the good teams make it through, because mediocrity is making it in the playoffs. And last thing I heard was, the owners were trying to package the universal DH and expand the playoffs into one, and the Players Association shot it down. They're like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, they don't want the expanded playoffs because they want the real teams in the playoffs. The teams who deserve the playoffs should be allowed in the playoffs, and the universal DH should be a thing. Teams need the DH, in my opinion. It also, I'm sorry, pitchers, you guys can have your little home run derby during the All-Star break. That would be.
I think overall it just gives more jobs too. I think that's the main thing. It's like gives more guys who are really only hitters, gives them more opportunity to play for other teams instead of just the AL. Gives NL teams, an opportunity to go on and sign to a power hitter like that.
It would help the National League too, for always being known as more of a pitching league, to be almost evenly matched with the AL and see a lot of new players going different teams instead of sticking with the same team and signing those 1-year deals just to go to hit, like Nelson Cruz constantly signing with the Twins or the Mariners just so he can go hit.
Walking 40 though, so
he is a walking 40.
Walking 40. At 40.
What?
He's 40 years old, still walking 40.
It's a fact. That is a fact. Well, Murph, thank you for joining me today. hopefully they'll be signed by the end of the week, and we'll have another podcast to discuss on what teams they sign, and maybe by the end of today they will. Hopefully. Thank you.
Hopefully it's not the Blue Jays.
Hopefully it's not the Blue Jays. Yes, because if both of them go to the Blue Jays, that would be hilarious. I'd probably shoot myself. What? They can't both go to the Blue Jays. That's the irony of it.
This is true.
Because the Blue Jays will never be able to sign anyone else. They'll be stuck with the two of them.
Is that a bad thing, though?
No, it's not a bad thing. As long as Bauer lives up to what he did last year, Not saying that he won't.
I'm not saying that he will. Full statement.
Freezing cold take of the day. Murph says that Bauer won't live up to what he did last year.
Didn't exactly say it like that, but sure.
I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna cut it right here.
Cut it. Cut that.
Have a good day, everyone. Later.